What's good, y'all? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my review for Nintendo's E3 Direct this year. Holy fuck! That was a masterpiece of a show. Like, bruh. Now, y'all remember I mentioned this in my prediction videos and a few of the other E3 videos that I have done over the course of this week. That I did not expect much from Nintendo. I thought, oh, Microsoft's probably going to win E3, maybe Square, depending on what they show off. But I doubt Nintendo was going to show anything all that special that was going to get me hyped up, because since I do not have a Nintendo Switch, not really invested into a lot of their properties, so I thought, I don't really see Nintendo winning. Boy, was I wrong! Nintendo came out swinging, man, and there were a lot of games in here that really got me excited, man. There was a lot of good shit here. And, bro, some of these announcements are crazy. And Fatal Frame, hell yeah, man. Fatal Frame, man, that was unexpected. But Metroid, oh boy, Metroid! Let's fucking go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's fucking go. A new Metroid game. Hell yeah! Anyway, guys, enough of me rambling. Let's just jump in. So, start of the show, we first got the announcement that Kazuya from Tekken is coming to Smash. So cool for all you Tekken fans that you get to have him versus Ryu in your Smash tournaments and shit. Good for you. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I love in this trailer that he was just throwing up various Nintendo characters off the cliff. Although, bit of a waste opportunity, and a bunch of other people mentioned this, that they didn't have him like look over into the camera and have that shooting grin like he did in the first Tekken game at the end of it. A little bit of a missed opportunity for not having that there, but hey, whatever. The trailer still looked awesome, and yeah, Tekken characters are now appearing in Smash Bros. Who would have thought? You get in one game from Nintendo, you would have both Street Fighter characters and fucking Tekken characters. Crazy. Absolutely madness, man. So yeah. They also mentioned there's going to be a presentation for him on the 28th. So if you saw, which I'm assuming that's probably going to show more of his combos, how he's going to work as a character, his specials, and all that shit. So yeah, for all you like hardcore Smash players, there you go, and Tekken fans. They also announced that Life is Strange is coming to the Nintendo Switch. They actually had like this little like animated like cutscene right before they announced that the games were coming to Switch. At first, I thought they were going to announce like a TV series or like a spin-off of like Life is Strange that was going to be like an anime or something, but no, it was just a little like anime cutscene they had there to announce that the games were coming to Switch. So for all you Life is Strange fans, now y'all can be depressed on the go. So pog, I guess, for that one. So yeah, release dates. I think these are the same release dates as they are for the consoles. Life is Strange True Colors for Switch is going to come out on the 10th of September, and the Rayman's Collection is going to be coming out sometime later this year. So then next up. Next up, we had announced a new Super Monkey Ball game, which is called Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, which I believe this is a new game. I don't know if it was a collection of the old games or this is a new game, but either way, you're going to do Super Monkey Ball game, which, funny story. My man, Bankai Banshi. We were chilling in True Bueller's stream last night. We were just, the dude was streaming some Fire Emblem. We were talking the shit. We were talking, just shooting the shit, rather, between us. And he mentioned that he wanted to see, like, a new Super Monkey Ball game. And I thought, no, there's no way we're getting one. Lo and behold, he is. Then I told him, hey, man, you got to wait. He's like, yeah, man, I already knew. The thing leaked out a couple days ago. I was like, oh, so that's why you made that prediction, because it leaked out a couple days ago. I didn't know there was a leak of a new Monkey Ball game. This is my first time seeing, but yeah. So a new Super Monkey Ball game is coming for you guys. So for all you Super Monkey Ball fans, y'all are getting a new game finally. I don't even know when the last one was. I think that was like on the 3DS or something. Early on the 3DS, like that was the last Super Monkey Ball game. I might be wrong though. I do not keep tabs in the series. Although I did used to play it a couple times back with my brother back in the day when we were kids. I remember my brother was a lot more into Super Monkey Ball than I was. I remember my brother being a lot more into that one, if I remember correctly. Anyway, next up, we also got Mario Party Superstars, and that all the modes will have online multiplayer. I am shocked, and apparently this is going to have like 100 mini games from across the series, so yeah, you Mario Party fanatics, y'all are being good. I'm surprised it honestly took Nintendo this long to give Mario Party multiplayer, because you'd think with some, or maybe because Nintendo wanted this game to stay local for the longest time, just to keep that the whole thing of having friends and family together and playing all amongst yourselves and having friendships all deteriorate right in front of you when you're all close in close proximity with each other, rather than doing it online. Maybe that's why they did it, because like you think they would have started doing this like maybe once the Wii games started coming out, or like the Switch games and the Wii U games was coming. But no, they waited till now. Which, to be fair, that could have also been done with the pandemic and everything. They were like, fine, we'll give you fuckers online multiplayer. I remember Trash Taste fucking talked about like I forget who it was. I think it might have been Connor, or might have been God, might have been Joey, that brought up online multiplayer Mario Party. It was like, fam, I've never even thought of that. And I was like, oh shit, yeah. I never once thought about having Mario Party having online multiplayer. That would be sick. But now you're getting it, ladies and gentlemen. So cool. So yeah, then yes! Now we get into the good shit. We are getting to my shit. We got announced of the new Metroid game. Ooh, yeah, man. Your boy was losing his shit when this got announced. As soon as Samus popped up.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Now, at first, when I saw this, I thought this was like a remake of like Metroid Fusion. Because of Samus's suit, it looked like her Metroid Fusion suit, or like Fusion suit, or at least it was different from her usual Power suit. So I said, "Oh, it looks different. This must be a remake of Metroid Fusion." No, because then they sailed up. This is Metroid 5. We saw more, and then we found out the game was going to be called Metroid Dread. And the game looks amazing. The gameplay that showed up, and I also did go watch the Treehouse gameplay that showed up after the show. I already recorded my reaction to that and everything, guys. You guys are going to be getting that, along with my reaction to the SMT Treehouse gameplay which showed up, as well as my reaction to the Japanese trailer of SMT5. I'll tell you guys why I did a react to the Japanese trailer of SMT5 in a second when we get there. But yeah. So that was fucking cool. This game had me losing my shit, man. Metroid Dread looks absolutely amazing. The graphics look so good. I have to agree with my man Quad in here, because he mentioned this in the group chat I'm in, that the game reminded me that there were like some Dead Space vibes in this game. And after watching the Treehouse gameplay, I got to agree. There's definitely some Dead Space kind of vibes with this game. There's a little bit of some Dead Space kind of thing to that, with the like look of it, the atmosphere and everything. Don't know if that was done on purpose or me and him are smoking some shit, if y'all thought the same. But hey, either way, man, this game looks fucking awesome, and I can't wait to see more of the game. And yeah, man, it looks so good. We got the release date as well. It's going to be coming out on October 8th. So it's going to be coming out later this year, not too long. And as well as they also, of course, announced the amiibos that are going to come with it. So those are going to sell out instantly as soon as pre-orders are available. So good luck on getting those. Yeah, man, the game looks amazing. I love Samus's new suit. It looks fantastic, man. And I can't wait to see more of this game, which we might see some at TGS. They might show a little bit more off at like Gamescom or something. We'll have to wait and see. Now, if you guys did watch the Treehouse event, they mentioned that this is going to be like the conclusion to Samus's story with Metroids or whatever. This is going to be like the conclusion that was starting off from like the first game and like Fusion and everything. This is going to be the end of the story. This is going to be the conclusion of like Samus's story with the Metroids or whatever. So that is very interesting. This is going to be like the conclusion to the Metroid. Obviously, we still got Metroid Prime 4 coming out, but I guess in terms of like the overall timeline, this is where it's going to end with Metroid Dread. Which, if that's the case, that's actually very true that this is going to be the end of that. They also, in the Treehouse, they mentioned something about permadeath. They didn't really elaborate on much. I don't know what they mean by that. In like, there's going to be like an extra difficulty setting where if you get caught by one of these creatures, I think what were they called again? The Emmy. The Emmys, if you get caught by them, you have to start over from the beginning of the game. Like they mentioned something about permadeath, but they didn't really elaborate much on that. If you guys have more information on that, leave it down below in the comments. But I thought that was interesting. And yeah, man, Metroid Dread. The logo looks fucking fantastic, man, and I'm hyped to see this game in action. Like, bro, Nintendo, why you gotta do me like this, man? Why you gotta do me like this? First, y'all steal my childhood by making Marvel's Alliance 3 a fucking Switch exclusive, and then you announce this fucking banger of a new 2D Metroid game. Like, bro, come on now. Y'all know I don't got a Switch. Y'all know I'm waiting for that Switch Pro or the next gen Switch or whatever to come out. I keep hearing rumors about it, so that's why I'm waiting on it before I start like saving up or anything to get a Switch. And y'all announce this? Come on, man. Why you gotta do me like that, man? But yeah, man, I'm hyped to see this game. It looks fucking amazing, and Metroid's back, man. Metroid's back, and of course, as soon as the game got announced, I instantly went on Some Call Me Johnny's Twitter account to see if the dude was tweeting nothing. He didn't tweet shit. But then, like right after the Treehouse event was done, I went back and looked at his reaction. Of course, the man was losing his shit that there was a new Metroid game, a sequel to Fusion. 19 years, man. So yeah, we eating good. Metroid fans be eating good with this one, man. They be eating good. So yeah. Next up after that, they had this racing game called Cruisin' Blast. Looked interesting enough, an arcade racing game. Cool. Then they showed off that DBZ Kakarot is going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch, so Pog, I guess, on that one. I haven't actually played the game myself yet. Then they actually showed off Mario Golf Super Rush. We'll have few free updates, free updates in the future. I don't know if this game is already out yet or not, but either way, it looks kind of cool. I've never really played any of the Mario like sports games, but this one actually looks pretty interesting. This one looks like it would be actually really fun to play. Next up, they announced a new WarioWare game with co-op, and it's going to be called WarioWare Get It Together. So, coming out on September 10th. Alright. Then they showed up SMT5, which was like my main prediction I had for E3 from Nintendo. I mentioned this in my predictions video that I knew that they were going to show gameplay for SMT5, and they did not disappoint. That's exactly what we got here. So they showed up some gameplay, and of course we also saw it during the Treehouse event. Now, before we jump right into the gameplay and everything, I want to mention something real quick. Shout out to my man Tribular, because he sent this into the GC I'm in, and I did not know that this was in here until he mentioned this. So I'm shouting him out here and tell you now. So the Japanese, this is why I mentioned I did a separate reaction to the Japanese trailer. The Japanese trailer showed off even more, and they even showed off the demon models are on the actual world map, which they also showed off during the Treehouse event. But also that you can actually have a demon partner following behind you, which is actually pretty interesting. And now, so that was pretty cool to see that they actually showed that off. But with the gameplay, when we actually got a good look of it, and they're showing it off in the Treehouse event, I noticed just really how different SMT is from Persona. Even though Persona is definitely like a spin-off series of SMT, the games, they're definitely their own beast with the way they feel with the combat. Because at least from what I could see from now obviously the combat itself is like very reminiscent of P5. If you understand Persona 5's combat, you'll understand SMT's combat. It's not that radically different. I love what they showed up with like the HUD and everything for like the combat and everything. That looked fucking sick. But the one thing I noticed when I was looking at the Treehouse gameplay was that, at least from what I could tell, it looked like SMT's combat system. I don't know how this was for like SMT4 and other SMT games compared to Persona, but the combat I noticed is a lot more slower paced compared to Persona. Because with Persona, it's a lot more fast paced, especially when you got wake up, get under, and you got that whole soundtrack playing and everything. P5's fucking soundtrack fucking slaps, man. But I noticed with this one, it's a lot slower paced with a bigger focus on like getting weaknesses of your enemies and like attacking their weaknesses, stacking up the things that they have in here that gives you like multiple turns before your enemy can attack you, and also just the negotiation system, which Persona 5 had the negotiation, but they were very minimal. They were just like, oh, let's have a little conversation, or like give me money or whatever. There wasn't too much depth. Now, I don't know if they put this in from Persona 5 to expand on what was there in Persona 5, or this was something that was already in the SMT games, earlier ones like SMT4 or Nocturne. Don't know. This SMT Nocturne HD is going to be my introduction to SMT, at least the mainline series anyway. But so what I know, with the negotiations here, they were a lot more. There was a lot more to them, trying to like actually get them to your side. Where the demons like asking you for like say money or like your health points or whatever, and other just like continuing a conversation as you're trying to negotiate them to join your team. I noticed there was a lot more to that system than there was in Persona 5, which I thought was very interesting. So, and the game itself looks amazing on Nintendo Switch. I like the main character looks cool. There was like glistening and like the sand and everything. The dude was Naruto running. The game looks amazing. And in the Japanese trailer, they showed like this little montage of like a bunch of the different monsters that you can like summon in the game. And I don't know how many of those were like were in Persona 5 or not, but either way, man, they looked fucking sick, man. And yeah, man, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of SMT5, most likely at TGS is probably when Atlas is going to show off even more of the game. And they also announced the game is going to be coming out here in the States on November 12th, with it coming out in Japan on November 11th. So it's only a day away from when it was in Japan, so it's already better than fucking Persona 5 Royal, where the game came out on Halloween in Japan, and we didn't get it till fucking April! I'm still pissed off about it, but hey, I got the game, so it's all good. But still, that was some bullshit, making me wait 4 or 5 extra months for the game to come out. I don't know why it took y'all that long to localize it for a rematch, especially for a fucking second edition or a remaster, whatever the fuck you want to call it, second edition of the game or whatever for re-release. But whatever. Either way, man, we're getting the game. We're getting the game not too far off from Japan, so that's great. And like always, this was also going to be exclusive to the Nintendo Switch. So yeah, man, SMT5 looks fucking amazing. Looking forward to seeing more of that. Next up, they showed up that Danganronpa is coming to the Switch. All 3 games are going to be coming out separately as you know, are coming to the Switch. But they also announced there's going to be like a Danganronpa I'm probably going to say this wrong. Decadence physical exclusive, basically where it's going to be like a collection of like all 3 games into one. And they also announced this mini game getting its own thing, and yeah, I don't know. I think that's what the Decadence thing was going to be. It's going to be that mini game thing, and they also announced that all the other Danganronpa games are going to be coming out on the eShop for Nintendo Switch. So yeah, Nintendo Switch is going to be getting Danganronpa now, so that's cool. Next up, we got probably the most shocking thing. Like, the Metroid game was shocking in and of itself. Now, you could maybe make the argument that seeing a new Metroid game, a new 2D Metroid game, was probably the most shocking thing Nintendo showed off. But I would argue that fucking Fatal Frame making an appearance was even more shocking. Like, who on their fucking bingo E3 Nintendo Direct bingo cards would have on there that fucking Fatal Frame would make an appearance? I know I didn't! So they announced that Fatal Frame Maiden in the Black Mirror, which is the most recent game that came out exclusive to the Nintendo Wii U, and only had a digital release up here in the States. It had a physical release, and I believe in both Japan, I believe also Europe got a physical release, but for some reason, us in the States didn't get. You all might remember that Alpha Omega Sid back in the day made a whole video ranting about that back in the day. No G. God, I'm old. Anyway, so they announced that the game was going to be coming to Nintendo Switch. Now, No. There is something that I picked up, and I believe I even mentioned this in my reaction to the Direct. I don't know if I did. I'll check when I go back and look through the footage when I edit my reaction to it. Anyway, I noticed that they said when they announced that Fatal Frame Maiden in the Black Mirror is going to come to Switch, they only said coming to Nintendo Switch. They never said exclusive to Nintendo Switch. So I picked up on that, and I wondered, oh, they just said coming to Nintendo Switch. Does that mean that it could get ported over to the PS4, the PS5, the Xbox? You know, all that shit. And so then, later on, after the show had ended, I found this tweet from VGC News that said, former Nintendo published Wii U exclusive Fatal Frame Maiden of the Black Mirror is being ported not only to Switch, but also PC and current and last-gen PlayStation and Xbox systems.
Yeah! Let's go!
That was fucking amazing news here, and I was like, and then my suspicions were indeed confirmed. Once I saw that tweet, I knew my suspicions were confirmed that indeed we are going to be seeing this ported over to other consoles, not just the Switch. So that's fantastic. You're someone who loves Japanese horror, who loves J-horror. I'm happy to see that. Like as you guys know, I have a Wii U. So literally nothing will stop me from buying the Wii U version of the game. So I could have just gotten it up there, but knowing that's coming to PS4, that's obviously the way I'm going to play. This series start off as like a PlayStation exclusive, the PS4, trophies and all that shit, I gotta play on the PS4. Maybe one day I'll buy the fucking Wii U version just so I can use the gamepad as like the camera and shit, you know. Well, who knows, maybe they'll have the use you can do that with like the DualShock 4. I don't know if it has like the motion, the 6-axis shit in the DualShock 4 where you could like use the control to move shit around. I don't know if that's even a thing on PS4 controls, but you know, y'all get my point. So that was exciting. That was exciting news, and I was super excited because you guys, like I said before, you guys know I love J-horror, and I've always had an interest in Fatal Frame after I really started getting Japanese horror. There was Silent Hill, Resident Evil, but Silent Hill and Fatal Frame was the 2 series I always wanted to play the most. Probably Resident Evil I've always wanted to play, and I played a couple of the games, but I was always interested. I always wanted to play Silent Hill and Fatal Frame. Those are like the upper echelons of J-horror. When you think of J-horror in video games, you think Fatal Frame, you think Silent Hill. Probably also Resident Evil as well, but that feels like way more Western than anything. Well, Silent Hill Japanese are way more ingrained into Japanese horror, I would say. Anyway, so yeah, man, this is obviously great news. That it's coming to more consoles, it's coming to consoles with much more of a wider audience, so even more people get to play this. So I implore you, I beg of you, everyone who watches my video, I don't give a damn if you like horror or not, I don't give a damn if you like J-horror or not, I don't give a damn if you're into The Grudge, Ringu, all that shit or not when it comes to your horror. Buy this fucking game! I don't care if you buy it on Xbox. I don't care if you buy it on PC, Switch, PlayStation. Just buy the damn game. Please show Koei Tecmo that there's an audience for these games here, so that maybe one day the stars will align, the planets will align, and the gaming gods will grace us with an HD collection of all 4 games ported on the PlayStation and Nintendo Switch and Xbox. Please, I beg of you. I'd like to play these games. Yes, I got a PS3. I can buy them as PS2 classics. But please, let them be remastered in HD. I beg of you, Koei Tecmo. Please, port these games. The 4th game is exclusive to Wii, and I don't even think it came to the States. Please, please, port them to the PS4, remaster that shit, and give it to us as a collection. Please, please. Anyway, guys, so yeah. That was obviously a pleasant surprise to see that Fatal Frame was also that made the Blackwater is going to be imported over to modern consoles. So like I said, so yeah, that was hype and also without doubt a very pleasant surprise. Next up, they also announced the DLC for Doom Eternal is coming out today for Switch. They also announced this other game called Strange Brigade or whatever. Don't really got much more to say. This is a shooter. So yeah, they also announced that Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp is going to be coming out on December 13th on Nintendo Switch. And yeah, pre-orders start now. So next up, they showed the last announcement, which they just said, oh, we're going to show the last announcement. And the first thing they showed off was the DLCs coming up for Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Now, at first, I thought, oh, they're just going to announce new Age of Hyrule Warriors DLC, and that's where they're going to end the show. And I tweeted out, oh, it looks like we're not getting any new Breath of the Wild 2 news. That's what I thought. But next up, after that, they showed off a little bit more of Skyward Sword HD, where they actually did show some like the controller options you can use, where you can actually use the Joy-Cons by themselves and basically use them with basically like the Wiimotes you did in the original Skyward Sword. So if you guys did like the motion controls of Skyward Sword and you want to stick with that, you don't want to go like a typical like button configuration, you want to stick with the motion controls, you guys can do that. So that was pretty cool. They actually did give you that option for people that did prefer the motion control. But also you can also use a typical control if you don't want to mess with that bullshit. So you get both options, so that was pretty cool. They actually did give that option to you. They also announced a Zelda Game & Watch system that's going to be coming out as well. That's going to be having Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Adventure Link, and Link's Awakening. The original version of Link's Awakening, not the DX Game Boy Color version. Don't know why they didn't give you that version, why they gave you the original Game Boy version, but okay. So yeah, that looks cool. Yeah, that's going to be coming out November 12th, and yeah. Then the last thing they showed off was Breath of the Wild 2, and your boy lost. I was like, oh shit, they're actually showing the game, and the game looks amazing. They look like you can now, not only will you have to worry about like the land and the typical map from like the first Breath of the Wild, but you will also have the access to the sky above Hyrule. So that's gonna be interesting how the sky shit's gonna work. Is it gonna work like how it did in Skyward Sword, where you have your own like little like bird thing that you get to pilot around, fall, whatever. Like I'm curious how the sky shit's gonna work. But either way, man, the game looked amazing. I actually have been playing, I don't know if I mentioned this, I've never mentioned this in any of my YouTube videos, but I have actually been playing Breath of the Wild on my Wii U. Really been digging the game, man. I might actually play it later today, honestly. After all this Nintendo news, I might actually pop in Breath of the Wild and play on my Wii U after I'm done recording all this. But yeah, man, they showed Breath of the Wild 2, the game looks amazing, and I'm hyped to see more. So yeah. They announced that the game is going to be coming out sometime in 2022. I'm personally not going to hold my breath with that one because Breath of the Wild 1 got announced for like what, 2016 or like 2013 or something, and it got delayed like 3 or 4 times before it finally stuck in 2017. So we'll have to wait and see if this one gets to this, if it will come out in 2022 or it will get delayed a bunch of times like the original Breath of the Wild did. But yeah, they announced so far that the game's going to come out sometime in 2022. So that's hype. And that is where that's where the show ended up, and they begun Treehouse. So overall, they showed off a lot of great stuff. Shin Megami Tensei 5 looks absolutely amazing. I look forward to seeing more of that. The new Metroid game, of course, is fucking godlike, and I'm so excited that there's a new 2D Metroid game out there. Because I actually did play Metroid Zero Mission on my GBA, on my DS rather, a few years back. I really enjoyed the game, man. I do enjoy me some Metroid. So yeah, that was hype. That was probably my favorite announcement out of everything we got there. Was that one. Fatal Frame making a surprise appearance, announcing that Maiden of the Black Mirror, what's it, Maiden of the Black Mirror, Maiden of the Black Water. Maiden of the Black Water is going to be coming to not only Nintendo Switch, but also PS4 and PS5. So that is super exciting that I actually get to play this game and it gets experienced by a much wider audience. So please, everybody who watches my videos, please buy this game. I don't care if you buy it on Switch. I don't care if you buy it on Xbox, PC, PS4, PS5. However, buy this game so we get more Fatal Frame games, and maybe they'll port over the first 4 games over to PS4 and Switch and shit, so more people get to play them. Please, because I like Fatal Frame and I like to have more accessibility to it. Let me play it on my PS4 and shit, you know. But that's just me, man. I'm excited for Maiden of the Black Water and finally get to play that on my PS4. That was probably one of my favorite announcements. That was a surprise, man. So that is cool to see that. That's cool. And yeah, man, Advance Wars, I don't really get much to say that. I don't play these games, but I know my man Tribular's big into these games, so I know he was excited when this got announced. And yeah, man, Nintendo did us good, man. They did us good. They showed off a lot of great games, a lot of good announcements, Zelda, Metroid, Fatal Frame, a lot of good shit from Nintendo this year. So yeah, man, I would definitely say, I think Bandai Namco still has a press conference today as well, but what are they going to show? A new Dragon Ball game? Anyway, guys, so yeah, if it wasn't obvious enough, Nintendo won E3. It's over, man. It's over. Nintendo has taken the crown of E3 this year. 2021 belongs to Nintendo. Anyway, guys, so of course, I would give this press conference a 10 out of fucking 10. So anyway, guys, tell me down below what you guys thought of Nintendo's E3 Direct. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What were your favorite announcements on it? Were you excited for the new Metroid game? Were you hyped for Breath of the Wild 2? Were you excited that Fatal Frame is coming to Switch and other consoles? Leave that all down below in the comments, guys. And anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram at 3Fluggit. Links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.